All right, man. Well, it's been a while since we've caught up, to be honest.
Yeah, hard,
Like,
hard.
probably a couple of years. I don't think I've caught up with you properly since we left school, but
Mm.
I thought it'd be a good idea to get you on first because I figured this time around to get people on that I know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Who better to start with than someone like you? So, for people that don't know you, bro, do you want to give a little intro about, on yourself?
Um, yeah. Well, my name is Lahi. Sup, everyone that's watching. But yeah, my full name is Lahi Vawese. Yeah, you've known me since I can remember, back in high school,
Yeah.
intermediate, back at Viad. But yeah, I'm Samon Tuvaluan. Um, yeah, and I do music now.
Yeah,
Like,
finally. Bro, how the.
oh, yeah, no, like, bro, it was buzzy. Like, actually starting today, like last year.
Was it
I
only
just thought
last
of it
year?
as it was only last year when I actually took it seriously, like
Yeah.
the beginning of last year. But I just because my producer Rav, is one of my boys.
Mm.
Um, I've known that guy for the past like 3 years now.
Yeah.
So I met him through like one of the other boys, and then I just had a talk with him when he came over and said, "Bro, like, should we just take this music thing seriously? Like, what do we have to lose, kind of thing,
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be something because, like, growing up, everyone always used to say, "Bro, like, why don't you do your music like properly?" Like, this was always through like high school and then after high school.
Yeah, man.
But I always thought about just wanting to work,
Okay.
like, because I know a lot of like if you want to be in the music industry, bro, it's hard to get like money and stuff off it unless you're really well
Yo.
known.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like the likes of like Victor J. Sifo, that guy's making bank, bro. Like, and he's
Oh,
only been in the
straight
game
up.
for like not even that long. A lot of musicians making a lot of money, like, but it's a kind of you gotta be really well known to make that kind of money,
Mm.
and like streaming and like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, like uploading to different platforms and stuff, and people just listening. But it's kind of hard when you're just starting out when no one really knows you. And but I've sort of like gained a bit of a following ever since I've started. But we blew up pretty quick, Wouldn't have happened though if that didn't have my music mates with me on board,
Bro,
like
how the.
Rabs, yeah,
What was the
Rabs, John.
what was the first track that you released?
My first track was my track "Life with You," the one that I did a video clip to
Oh, yep,
last
yep.
year. So
And
I
what was that
released.
like?
Oh, it was crazy, like because I've known a few musos over the years,
Mm.
but one person that's helped me handy was J King.
Okay,
Like
yep.
a lot of people don't really know J King. If you don't really listen to Poly Reggae, then you won't know
Mm.
who he is. But if you listen to Poly Reggae, bro, like he's been in the game for years, bro. Like
Oh,
ever
he's
since we were back in high
OG,
school, yeah, he's OG.
yeah.
And I met him through my cousin Nufo. Um,
Is he your cousin?
Nufo's my cousin, yeah,
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I met him through Nufo, and then one time he came over. This was last year back in Jan. He came over and he'd always said like, bro, we should do a track together or something. Like I was like, bro, I'm keen. Like always keen to jump on with like all the boys and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. So we said, do you know DJ 651?
No.
Yes, there's another thing. Like, if you don't listen to Polly Ricky, you wouldn't know these like artists and stuff.
Mm.
But 651's probably one of the biggest DJs in the game right now.
True.
Yeah, and we met up at his house.
Yeah.
So J King was staying with him while he was here. Yeah, and then he just sat down and he goes, bro, like, should we just write a track? And we wrote that Life with You track in like 3 hours.
Bro, that's pretty
Like,
quick.
he made the beat and everything like from
Yeah.
scratch. And originally he was gonna jump on, but then he just because I was starting out, he wanted me to have my own song.
Yeah.
But he did all the producing. We wrote the song together, and then what do you call it? He did my BVs and stuff in the chorus and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he helped me big time with that track, and then we released it. We released Life with You.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. And then since then, you've had what about 4 or 5 singles?
4 or 5 track, yeah, four or five
Yeah.
singles now. So we've got
Damn.
Life with You, my track Leave,
Yep.
Lifetime Lover, Happy Days with Bonnie.
Yep.
Uh, So I can't even remember that. Or Stay. Stay was probably one of my
Don't
favorites.
remember your own songs. Hey,
Yeah, I don't remember my. Oh, it's only been a year, mate. Oh, sorry, man. I'm getting old, eh?
hard man. Oh, that's buzzy. Do you have a favorite song out of those ones that you've?
My favorite song will probably be Stay. Stay.
Yeah.
Stay's been it was random because the way I wrote that song was my producer sent me a beat. After we spoke and shit, like, because he's probably one of the most underrated producers out there.
Yeah.
He's Narun, bro, and like a lot of people don't even know where Nauru is. He, so
Where's
he's
Nauru?
Recognition. It's somewhere in the Pacific Island.
Don't
somewhere in
say,
the Pacific.
a lot
I
of
don't
people
know.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up.
Yeah.
I know like
Oh, yeah.
of Nauru, like Naruns and stuff. I know a lot of
Yeah.
Naruns, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm not that type of person. Anyway,
Mm.
yeah, but yeah, he sent me a beat, and that was probably the fastest song I've written.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, so I wrote. So like, I work. I used to work about half an hour from home.
Yeah.
And that song the Stay track I wrote on my way home from work in the car.
Far
So
out.
he sent me the beat that night, and then on my way home I was just like singing to myself.
Mm.
Then the next day we recorded it.
That's buzzy, eh? Is it Is it the normal process? Like your producer gets a beat sent to you, and then you just kind of look for inspiration and that.
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah.
But like that, like when I say that guy's so underrated, bro, like he'll make a beat from scratch in like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's buzzy, man.
Like everything, like he's crazy, eh? Yeah, man. Like I said, he did the same thing with Happy Days.
Was it a
Because he's the
quick
one.
one to put together as well?
Yeah, like half an hour.
Far out.
No, we're just sitting in here. Me,
Yeah.
him, and Bonnie.
Mm.
And Bonnie had a gig coming up.
Yeah.
This was his first gig,
Okay.
our first live gig, and he wanted a song with both of us because he wanted to get me on stage as well.
Yeah.
So we were like thinking of a song, and then we just came up with Happy Days. Rabs did the beat, and then we just recorded it, released in Christmas.
How does it work with like if you're doing a collab with someone else? Like you and Bonnie have done a lot of collabs together. How does the process work there? Like, because it's two different people, but do you kind of decide on what it's going to be about, or?
It really depends on whose song it's gonna be.
Okay.
So with Happy Days, that was for Bonnie. So like it'll be like Bonnie Facio featuring Lahi and Rabs.
Yeah.
So if it's then he decides who sings which part or who does what.
Yeah.
And we'll talk. Like we normally talk together. Like if we're all together, then we'll talk about who wants to drop, or we all have a group chat.
Yep.
And we just talk about it and we just do the process from there. Then people start recording, like we all start recording our vocals and stuff, and then we all send it to Rabs or send it to Bonnie, record it to see how it sounds like.
Yeah.
Just to see what they like about it, and then if it sounds good, then we put it together and try and finish it.
That's mad, and that song's just blowing up, eh? That
It's
track's
crazy.
a banger, low key, bro.
Like honestly, but like that, because I had an interview with New FM a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, yeah,
and we spoke about like songs, risky songs.
yeah.
So like songs that you never touch. So like the song that we did, Fiji song.
Yeah.
We did the same thing with Happy Days because that's a Daniel Ray Costello song, and because Daniel Ray Costello passed away last year.
Yeah.
We were scared of like releasing it and seeing how people would take it, like because that guy's like a legend in the Pacific culture, like music.
Hard.
And bro, like I don't know, like the feedback we got from it was crazy, man. Like I was just like, holy crap! And then it was even buzzier when we heard ourselves on the radio. Like, bro, I'm on the radio.
That must be
like,
cool, eh?
Yo, I was like, man, I always like wanted to be like growing up, I was like, bro, I wonder what it'd be like if I heard my voice on the radio, like people actually listening to my music and stuff. And now it's happening. I'm just like, I don't know how to feel about it, eh? Like, it's crazy, eh?
Bro, that's so buzzy, man. Like for us, like I thought that we'd, never hear your voice again after hearing it every day for years, and now that it just comes up randomly, eh? And you're like,
hard.
Man, that's buzzy. No, it's cool though. It's cool to see when your friends doing well, striving in what the path that they want to take. Because we like you said earlier, eh, people would tell you like when you're gonna take it, seriously and do your thing. But being gangster to see you like just go for it, and man, you're just killing it.
Yeah, hard, man. Like,
just mean.
we're doing our own thing, eh? Like,
Yeah.
Like even with you, with this, like the platform you're having with the tabs up, the convos and stuff, you're streaming and all that kind of stuff. Like it's mean just to see like when you go on social media and stuff and you just see the boys just doing their thing. Like it's mean. Like after how long? Like almost 10 years or more than 10 years of being apart from like all the boys and not really catching up much. Like everyone's doing good. Yeah. And it's always good to see like boys from home doing like mean. Man, it's crazy. Sure. And now look at us, we're like having a real like proper convo about our lives. So we've never spoken like this ever before.
Yeah, man, never in our lives. Oh gosh. But it is cool. Even like seeing Jay, for example, Jay's been doing well with his haircuts, and now he's getting into tattooing quite a lot.
Straight up.
Yeah, like it's good for him. Jordy's with his basketball and all that.
Yeah.
So he's just going hundies with that kind of stuff, and like, I feel bad, but you know, all the boys are doing, you know, what they want to do, and I think it's cool for us now, like that we're older, that we just do what we want to do, and we're chasing the things that we want to chase. Because I think when we're younger,
definitely.
It was hard to kind of, if we had this conversation maybe just after we left college, we'd be like, what are you doing that for? You know, like give each other a hard time on that. Because that's what it used to be like, hey.
We're like, nah, you can't do that. Nah. We're like, oh, okay then. see you guys in 10 years. Oops.
Hard out, man.
Oh man, that was crazy, right?
Yeah, man. How long has it been for you out of Wellington?
We'll be going 9 years this year. I've been away from home.
Oh, that's a long time. Did you move not too long after college?
So after college, it was 2012, the year after I left.
Yeah.
So I didn't even finish school, man.
Did you not finish school?
So they didn't. So the story. It's a story time, right?
Yeah.
So remember how I dropped out of school like 2 weeks before we finished?
I didn't even know you did that. Yeah.
I did that carpentry course for Zach and Daly and all that. Today Polytech, yeah. And then I thought my school days were like done. I was like, oh, sweet, I don't need to go back to that school. And then I get a message. I said, hey, Identity's performing at the graduation. So then I looked at my mom. I was like, I have a performance back at school. She was like, what? I thought you finished school.
I remember. I remember doing the performance, but I don't remember that you were finished up.
Yo, I was finished. Bro, that's because, and I'm like, man, I didn't. Honest to God, my face on that night, man, standing in front of everyone, graduated, and I was just like, heart of my heart, I love.
Could have been you, eh?
Could have been. Nah. I have no regrets. I don't regret it, G.
Yeah. All right. Nah, I mean, we'll talk about. Well, speaking of college, we'll talk about how you got into music in general. Because your family, bro, they're quite a talented family. Your siblings.
Yeah.
Everyone sings. Quite talented. Everyone sings.
Everyone sings. Like, I think I was growing up. I think it was just the typical island background with the whole singing in church and kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was like those White Sunday performances where the families have to get up and do their performances. So that's where it started. Like me and my brothers, my oldest brother would have the guitar, and then like it was primary school. I started playing the gat. Shout out to Mosolu. My oldest brother, he taught me how to play the gat, and then I think I just took it and ran with it. So like I just had the guitar. I almost had it on me like 24/7. Bro, you remember me back in school, and I used to bring the guitar to school, walk around school with the gat, like almost every day, and me and Ben, Ben, nice. That's right. We used to jam all the time, man. Jam at school, but that was. But I think probably my highlight will probably be Barbershop throughout high school. I loved it, like. But at first I didn't. So me and Trey, we started Barbershop in year 8, the end of year 8. So we were doing music year 7, and then year 8 we had to choose a group for year 9.
Yeah.
So we had to be a part of like a musical group, and then me and that guy both chose chorus to join One Voice. But it was funny though, because when we joined One Voice, that was when they just finished nationals, and then they were going to the States.
Oh,
they were just about to go, and then we ended up going with them. And so like, everyone was like, "Who's this guy going to? He didn't even join us, and they're coming to America with us." Yeah. And I was like, "Hey guys," but yeah, no. Ever since then, man, it's been crazy. Like, Barbershop, and then probably the biggest highlight was winning Nats 2011, our last year.
Is that when it was?
Yeah, 2011.
Do you know
it was mean losing?
What's that?
It was mean losing than the year before, and then we won again.
Bro, how good, yeah. No, because that's right. Because we'll get into it. But story about joining in general was you guys had gone to America, and this is after you joined, obviously. So you went to America, and then you came back, and the pool for the other people around school was that to join Barbershop because they're going back to America. And they were planning to go back, so that's when we joined.
And then we didn't even go.
Then we didn't go anywhere, man.
We didn't go anywhere. I mean, the furthest we went was Auckland.
Yeah, we went to Auckland and Hastings.
Auckland and Hastings. In the lower town hall. Oh my god.
No. But yeah, man, that's when we joined. And that's funny, like I was thinking about this other day when I was trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. But before the 4 of us got together, the 4 of us were in different groups. So you and Troy were in a group with Josh and Kenny.
Kenny, yeah. And you with Ngele and Thomas.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was me, Licky, Ngele, and Thomas. And then when Thomas left, we had Keanu fill in. He took his spot. That's correct. And we did a rotation. So I went from lead to Barry, and then Keanu took lead. That's when I switched to Barry. Yeah. But I was thinking about, bro, like we used to do a lot of gigging back in college. So we gig quite a few places, which was pretty cool. Like we'd get paid for it. We wouldn't come to us, but we'd get paid for it. And then if we gigged in our old groups as adults, they'd probably think that we're bunch of moikolos, because you guys would be called the Teen Titans and would be called Good Vibrations.
Oh shit! We should have changed our name to. Should change our name to Cruella DeVille. Oh my god! Teen Titans, Good Vibrations. Oh my gosh!
But yeah, man, that's so funny. Eh? But yeah, I think that's probably it's the proudest thing for me when it comes to college. It's the proudest thing that we could have done, or the best thing that we could have done for the college. You know, Viard's known for either, or most of the time, is for their rugby. Like that's why people go to Viard. And during the time that we were there, or the time that we were in Barbershop, it wasn't going too well. So to take a national championship back to give that back to Viard, so that could attract people to come to Viard. You know, that's the best thing that we could have done.
Hard.
And like you were saying before, we lost the fight. We came second the year before.
Came second the year before.
Who won that year?
Out at college. I'm actually mates with the lead.
Oh, what's his name?
Out there. His name's Nate.
Are they mean? Were they mean? I can't remember.
They were mean.
Yeah.
They were mean. What do you call it? Nate now, he's probably one of the best vocalists in New Zealand right now.
So he's still singing?
Yeah, so he BVs for Sam Walker.
No way.
Have you seen all those videos of Stan in the studio singing his songs?
Yes.
And there are the 3 backup vocalists.
Yeah.
So there's 2 guys and a girl. Nate's one of the guys.
Oh, that's buzzy as.
Yo, and we started not even 2 weeks ago. We went to how do you know Brotherhood Music?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had their release party, and me and Bonnie went, and Nate was there, and he was singing with them. And then it was funny because me and Bonnie were talking when me and Bonnie first met, and we were speaking about Nate, and I was like, bro, that guy looks so familiar.
Oh,
and then Bonnie was like, Chew, and I was like, gee, did that guy used to do Barbershop?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I think so, back in school. I was like, yes, that's it. Then I told Bonnie, and how he beat us, how they beat us the year before, and then we beat them the thing. And then he was like, Soleh, because then the week after he had a drink with Nate.
Yeah.
He was drinking with the Nate and a few of the other boys, and he brought it up, and I was like, bro, why do you always? And he was saying, he's like, yeah, I told Nate. I was like, bro, Soleh, one of my usos, he whooped your guys' asses back in Barbershop in the school. Soleh, and then Nate goes, wait, was that Bishop? And he goes, John, he goes, Soleh, those guys, man, like all the crap. And I was like, fuck. But then I met him at the release party. We were talking about it. It was crazy, man. That guy's so humble. Hard. But yeah, man, Nate, probably, one of the best vocalists in NZ right now, man. He's crazy.
That's crazy. Mean. Oh, solid. And it's buzzy that you bring that up. Do you know who else, like, I saw, and I was like, bro, I'm sure I recognize that guy from somewhere. It was Pat. Oh, I don't know if you know him. Do you know Pat?
Tiana's partner?
Yeah. Bro, I recognized him straight away. I was like, I know this
that guy was the lead for
Tidal.
Was it Tidal?
Yeah.
Yo.
And I was like,
and then weird. I seen the video of him at singing Bohemian Rhapsody at Kiva. Oh. I was like, solid, this guy's pretty gangster.
Solid, his voice is on, man. But yeah, Buzzy, small world, these people that you run into.
Are hard. It's crazy.
What do you while we're talking about it, actually, I did prepare. Actually, yeah, I did prepare a thing for you to look at, because I was gonna do this, and then I saw you shared it.
Oh shucks! Oh my god!
So this is your live reaction. Not live reaction. You've seen it 1,000 times, but we'll talk about 1,000 times. We'll talk about a couple of things that happen here, eh?
Yo.
Can you hear it?
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look how skinny I was.
Underrated.
Licky was our weapon, Zale.
Man's will never move his arms, man. That holds at me.
Well, at least our hands are synchronized sometimes.
Yeah. I reckon this is probably my favorite song that we did.
Our one was probably the only boy part. We were bad, eh?
Man, this is one pack a day, Lahi too.
They want to expose me like that, man.
This one will get halves before.
So they come behind the musical moves. Oh, I'll grab my piece. This is my favorite part here.
Teaching my bum cheeks to reach those.
You know what I get pissed off at watching this?
Is it the hand?
Nah. It's this part.
Yo, when you say hand.
When it zooms up right to my face and I look angry and I say hand.
Oh no.
My mouth looks still like it's closed, mate. We're the only four.
Right, that would be mean if you did that all by yourself.
Right. Yeah, probably, my favorite performance.
Yeah.
I mean, the best performance
we've ever had. Our Brisbane one?
Yes. It's a Brisbane one.
Yeah.
Fishbowl boys. So I don't even remember their names. What the?
Who? Who were they?
Those guys that fishbowl boys. Was it fishbowl?
It sounds familiar.
Those mean that mean quartet that won
Oh, right.
at that school that we went to with the AFL field on the roof.
Oh, it's flashy.
No,
Yeah, man.
but
But yeah,
man.
that was our performance that won us. Oh, do you know what's funny? You know how Troy and his mom and dad like did all the work for us. Or most, you
Yeah.
know, the
Yo.
most involvement was Troy's parents. So
Yo.
like, when we won that trophy and brought it back home, I took it to my house. What a crappy.
So like, that was the because that was the night where we were supposed to have the parade of champions, but it was snowing.
It was snowing. That was the first time it
And
snowed.
then we all went back to sleep at Choice House.
Did you go to Troy's house? I think I went home. Did I go to Troy's
No,
house?
we all went to
Oh,
Choice
man.
House.
Oh, yo.
And then what do you call it? We had our it was the cultural day the next day,
Oh, yeah.
and we had to sing, and we sang in our ears,
Yo, I remember.
and we got in trouble because Miss Hill wasn't there, and she heard about it, and then she said we had to re-sing it in our uniform.
Oh, true.
Oh,
With
and I was
the
like,
trophy.
yo, and no, thank you. Our photo's still not even on the wall.
Boy, I know. What's up with the? They
I
put up
don't know,
all
man.
the national champions, but they left us off.
Except for us.
Yeah, man. Gaia, man.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, wow. But me,
Who's the principal there now?
the principal there now is from Holy Family. He was principal of Holy
true.
Family. Oh, he's mean, eh?
Mm.
I mean,
Oh, crazy.
send him a DM, so like, ask him if he can put our photo up.
I'll be like, gee, where my photos are like.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I still got the photo of us in, I think it was Brisbane. You know, we took those photos in our number ones and our uniform.
The Flash ones, eh? Do you
The
have
flash
those?
ones. I have one, the one of us in our uniform, and I think Troy's got us in our number ones.
Yeah, I think I had one. I had that one too. No uniforms.
Yeah. My one's hanging in my mum's lounge
Oh, true. What, down here?
down there. Yeah,
Oh,
down at
yeah.
back at home.
Oh man, I'll go take
I
it.
miss those days, though. Miss those days.
Yeah. What do you think was the most valuable lesson that you took from that?
From I don't know, like probably just staying humble, like even through the whole like being champions and all that kind of stuff, like being really well known in the barbershop community after that, not being cocky about it. Like, because I know like a lot of people when they do that kind of stuff, they'll like, bro, like for instance, like if it was like a rugby or something, like walking around with the trophy, all that kind of stuff, like being cocky about certain things. But we had a sense of humbleness that like was really good about us. We didn't brag, like not once. Like we would talk amongst ourselves and stuff, but we wouldn't go out and be like, oh, we're number one now, stuff you guys all suck, all that kind of crap. Like I think that helped me like with my music now as well. Like even though a lot of people say, oh, you cracked it on that, like I still haven't. Like like my main goal wasn't to crack it, was just to be like just to do it for the love of music, like
Solid.
and to be just for something to look back on, like when my kids, like if my kids were to grow up and they'd be like, oh, then I can show them, oh, this was one of my songs I did when I was your age or like a bit older than you. And yeah, just for everyone to listen and seeing everyone actually enjoy my music is crazy. Like it's mean, like never thought it'd be like that. Like yeah. So like I'm happy. I'm just happy where I'm at right now.
Oh, that's so
with my
good,
music
man.
and stuff. No.
That's
But yeah,
good.
being humble was probably like one of the biggest things, especially in the music business. Like,
Yeah.
Not
'Cause
being a dick
you
about
probably
things.
I think like it's probably you probably agree, and it's something that I learned from doing that is that you instead of like you were saying, instead of like showing off, we'd continue to work on our craft. You know, like you'd see us showing off through our output, like the work we do. That's us showing. It's just more work, more polished. That's the kind of stuff. So yeah, you're right. It's not about, you know, we're the best. It's this is what hard work does, pretty much.
No, definitely. Like that really shows that hard work really pays off. Like in the end, and
Yo,
we practice like what every day, lunchtime after school.
yeah,
Like some weekends we'd bus, bro. Like the days we'd go busking early in the morning, then go to school
mm,
straight after busking, and then the next day do it again, or like twice a week.
yeah,
And like we would like there'd be days where we like all of us did not want to do like that kind of stuff. Like
yeah, man.
we just wanted to be like normal teenagers, like go through school and not have to work, but it all paid off, and I'm glad we did it.
Hard out, bro. Oh, Buzzy. Oh, cool, man.
Like yeah, man. Like being older now, like a lot of things I wish I could have changed. Like back in high school, like I like especially with barbershop, I wish like we didn't like it's just adult like being an adult, like
Yeah,
wish you didn't muck around as much as you did back in, like fuck, we would have sounded way better if we just shut up and practiced. Like, if we didn't smoke at school,
yeah, man.
like all that stuff that comes into play now, and you like, I'm just like, fuck. Imagine if I didn't smoke, man. Bro, I could reach those high notes with ease, all that kind of stuff.
But that's Buzzy because like that's what our parents did to us when we were going to school. Like you're gonna regret it, or if you don't do it now. But then
you're like,
yeah. At the time you're just
do
like,
that. Nah,
we'll be fine.
I want to party.
Yeah, hard.
And then now we're almost 30s. I'm like, what the?
Hard out. And now we're like,
Then
I wish
idiot.
Could go back. And
Wish I could have done this, could have done that.
yeah,
But man, hey, it still paid off in the end.
yeah, hard out.
But we're still good.
Hard out, man. What's something that you probably you started talking about it now, but what's something that you'd say to your younger self, like some advice, knowing what you're doing now, and if that's what you wanted to do when you were younger, what would you tell yourself?
Or my main thing would be, why did you start smoking? G? Like, so like, straight up, like
Yeah,
so like I like, but everyone like back in school, like a lot of people knew like me, my younger brother Essie and Vinny, like we used to like hang out with like all the other like people from other schools and stuff after school at the train station and shit. We used to smoke and stuff.
yeah.
I'm exposing my little brothers. Like let's go.
Just bring the whole family down and
Bring the whole family down to the train station and let's have a smoke.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, like I wish I just tell my younger self like why did you choose to do that kind of stuff? Like you could have been way better. Like certain things you could have done
Yeah,
to be like a way better person than you were or like you are at that age. But like at the same time, I don't have any regrets. I mean, like I went through that shit and it's helped me like build who I am like today. Like past experiences and stuff with the whole drinking and smoking and stuff. But I do regret like all the smoking early.
yeah,
Not being able to like sing properly or sing at my best that I could have been at.
yeah, true, yeah,
Like knowing, like even though I was smoking back then, like I knew this is not my best like singing like ability. Like this is not my 100 because I smoke too much, like that kind of thing. But now it's just a normal thing where I'm just like, I could have done, could have, should have, would have, but didn't. But yeah.
No, fair enough. So now you just do drugs, eh?
Yeah. I'm like, why are you smoking? Why aren't you smoking the other stuff right now? That's way better.
It's cheaper.
So back in school when everyone thought I smoked weed.
Oh, true.
So like, cause you know how there were those shoes from the number one shoe house, those school shoes, and they smell like dope. Like
Actually, they
like
do.
weed.
Yes, yeah.
And I had them, and they all thought I smoked weed, and just because my eyes were always red.
Yeah, they were actually.
Yeah, it's because I smoked weed back in '96. I don't know what it was. Nah, yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, has there been a time for you like where you might have been close to giving up, or like the closest time, or it was a bit of a struggle?
Are we talking music or just anything?
Or anything? Can be both.
There have been like I've been through like a lot of people don't know this, but I've been through a lot of battles with myself, like mentally. This was after my dad passed in 2012. So my dad passed away due to cancer, and I was only 18 at the time. Yeah, so losing the parent at that age, like, and even younger, because my little brother was only 16.
Yeah, bro.
And he was still in school. And then we had my niece and my nephews, and I think the biggest thing was trying to accept the fact that he was going to go, because we knew when once we heard. So my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2012, but they didn't diagnose him until like a couple of weeks before he died.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's what really, like, honest to God, like, it fucked up my whole, like, it fucked me up, like,
Yeah.
sorry for my language and shit, but like, it fucked me up, fucked my whole family up. Like, we didn't know what to think, and because my dad started getting sick at the beginning of the year. We saw that he was getting sick, but we didn't think it would have been like something big like that. And because they say pancreatic cancer is like a rare type of cancer, so we don't know, like, why would, out of all people, why would it be him? And then it wasn't until my mom and dad went to the doctors, and then they referred him to here, up to Auckland, to see a specialist. All right, and we went through months, like couple of months. My dad going to appointments, and doctors saying that they didn't know what was wrong with him, like. And that's everyone's fear, eh? Like, going to the doctors and go, we don't know what's wrong. But we're gonna, like, when doctors say we're gonna get to the bottom of it, like, all that kind of shit. But if they continuously say that over and over, like, and my dad are like, somebody gets worse and worse, and they still haven't found, like, what's wrong. Like, it's hard to, like, for us, it made it hard for us to actually trust like doctors and health specialists and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it wasn't until a couple of weeks before we had a family meeting, and then they said he had cancer. But yeah, it was December. We had a meeting with the doctors again with my siblings, and yeah, they said he only had a few days. So we all just sat there and we were like, oh, it's all good. But he lasted 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, it was November, end of November. They said that. And then, yeah, he lasted 2 weeks. So I think it was like the last week we took him home.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it was hard. Like, everyone knew he was going, but we just didn't know when exactly. And it was it really, I don't know, like, it was really sad, but at the time it was just like, yeah, it was hard for us to accept the fact that he was gonna go.
Yeah. And it would have made, like you said, it would have made it a bit worse because of the diagnosis, just not knowing as well.
Just not knowing and giving us, like, pretty much like false hope. I say, no, we're going to do everything we can to make sure he's all good, make sure he's better. And honest to God, like, big ups to my mom, because she's like, she wouldn't let anybody else stay with him at the hospital. Like, she stayed with him like 24/7, and it's buzzy. Like, for Pacific Islanders, it's hard for them to show, like, affection and love to each other, like, especially our parents. It's such, like, a topic that's not really talked about, like loving each other and all that kind of stuff. They say it, but you don't see it in action, like, most times. But but you can just tell, like, they love, and then they have, like, all these kids, and you're like, oh, where do all these kids come from then if you guys don't love each other? No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going off topic, but yeah. Nah, but yeah, like, big ups to my mom for staying with my dad. Like, if I'll say this now, like, if you're from Poriroa and you know who my mom is, right? Like, you'll see her walking to the center, like, almost every day and stuff. Like, yeah, but yeah. So after that really, I went through, like, a lot, man. Like, after my dad passed, was heavy drinking. Like, the night my dad died, I didn't cry. Like, I'm not really a person to cry harder when someone passes. Like, it's just, yeah. But then it wasn't until, like, the last day of his funeral, and then all these, like, tears just came out of nowhere and all that kind of stuff. But then, I went through the whole heavy drinking, going out to town, like, almost every weekend, drinking with the boys. And so I did that for, like, bro, almost like 3-4 years. like almost every weekend going out drinking and stuff because I thought that would just help. But like what made it worse was when my dad passed a couple months later, or like the next year, 2013, my mum's sister passed. So my auntie, she passed away, and we were really close with her growing up as well. So there was another funeral, and then not long after that, August, my brother passed away. So in the space of like 8 months, my brother, he lost his battle to suicide, and I think he fell. Like it made me think a lot of like, wow, how could you? I was angry at him, like you would be like someone that would take their life and stuff. But I think he was fighting his own battles, and it made me realize like later down on the track when I was going through my own shit and like fighting my own battles, I was like, fuck, this is what he was probably going through, and no one was like,
true.
Because when I was in a space where, like, do you know how when you're going through shit, but you don't want anyone to know, but at the same time you want someone there to like talk to you about it, like to vent to. And like at the time I was just like, bruh, this is like crazy. And then like, it just fucks you up mentally, like going through that kind of stuff, and then not being able to cope with it, like feeling like you're alone and stuff. But even when people do offer help, like they say, oh, you're right, but like I think I just pushed a lot of people away because like after like going through all that kind of stuff, losing my family, we'd get the messages where, oh, I hope you're all good, if I'm here if you want to talk. And the one thing that pissed me off the most was like, I really got pissed off at people saying, I know what you're going through. Like when they didn't. Like you get those certain messages where like they'll be like, oh, I know what you're going through. If you want to talk, just let me know. But I was just like, no, you don't. Like you don't know what I'm going through. Like, I'd know the certain people that actually did know what I was going through because I knew they lost like family members and stuff. But it's just it just opened my eyes to like so that made me realize to make my circle small. Like not really letting anyone in because I had a lot of like trust issues here with like mates and stuff, and I didn't know who to trust like after going through that stuff, like because people will say, oh, I'm here for you, but when you message them, like where are they? Like if you're going through shit, where are they? And so now like I've learned from that, and there have been times where I've like sat in a room by myself and I just like, why am I here right now? Like, what am I doing with my life and all that kind of shit, eh? And then I got a job working at the hospital.
Oh, true.
As so I was a healthcare assistant. So we had to like, it was funny every time. See, this is what annoyed me the most was like when people think of islanders working in a hospital, they automatically think, oh, orderly. Oh, he's orderly. See, everyone was like,
where's your black uniform, man?
So that was like everyone. They're like, oh, so what do you do for work? And I was like, oh, no, I work in the hospital. I'm a healthcare assistant. She was like, oh, you were orderly. Then I was like, no, I'm a healthcare assistant. Like, I'm not orderly. Like, but yeah, that I worked in the surgical bowel ward. Cool. Where we dealt with a lot of elderly. So we just assist them with like I went through the whole like showering and all that kind of stuff, helping them with everyday needs and stuff. It was a good job up until because they're old and a lot of them had like cancer and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of them would pass, like they'd pass on. And there was one particular patient on one of my shifts where I didn't know he was on his like he was on his deathbed. Like he was to die, but I didn't know. So then I was sitting in the staff room getting stuff ready, and then we heard one of the bells ringing. Then I ran in. All the nurses rushed to the room, and he passed away right in front of me. That's what like I was like, nah, fuck, I didn't think I could do this. Like, and then I just went back into my charge nurse's office and just started crying, man, like because it reminded me so much of my old man. And that's part of the reason I did it, because like I know how people would feel with their parents or their grandparents like sitting in a hospital sick, and I know because I went through that kind of stuff, and then but then I think I just didn't want to do it anymore because of the amount of deaths and stuff we had on the ward. and yeah, I just couldn't. I don't think I could take it, eh? But yeah, had a lot of mental battles.
Yeah.
I haven't really been to that point where I'd want to really give up. Like there have been times, but then I just think about it properly. Like, oh, what do I have? Like, think about all the positives you have, eh?
Yeah.
Like, especially like meeting my partner.
Yeah.
We've been together for what, 7 years now,
Damn.
and yeah, man, and she's been the backbone of like everything, eh? Like I can talk to her, and to be honest, I reckon she saved me.
Yeah.
Like straight up, it's weird, and a lot of people don't know this, but like, there's, I know everyone thinks that I have I have a son. He's not biologically mine though. He's on my stories and stuff on Instagram, and a lot of people always ask it like, whose kid is that? I tell them it's mine, he's mine, but they're like, nah. But yeah, him, like that's the one thing like now that I look forward to waking up every day that I can do for them. Like, what can I do for these people that I really, really love, and just to make their lives a bit easier. But yeah, I'm in a space where I'm happy now. I think that's part of the reason why I started my music.
Yep.
Because of the little one.
Yep.
Because of the little one. But one of the other main reasons was losing my brother last year. So last year was his, I don't know, like 7-year. Yeah, 7-year anniversary.
Yeah, something like that.
From his and I was like, bro, like why should I do this music thing? Like, yeah, I have my boy to like want to look back on that kind of stuff, but I think about, because everyone knew my brother rap. He used to rap, and he had like those P-Town rap ciphers and stuff with the boys. And now I feel like what I'm doing is like sort of like a tribute to him, like, because he's not here right now, he can live through me doing the music and stuff, like. And I think about it, like I have a few tracks that I've wanted to put out with his verses and stuff on it.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
his
gangster. Yep.
Just his vocals and stuff, just to remember him. Like everyone remembers him, but like I want him to actually be here on my journey. Like I know he's here, but to be with me on the journey.
Yeah.
A few tracks with him is gonna be one of my favorite projects probably. I'm gonna work on soon. Yeah.
Man.
In the works at the moment, but just gotta get the right people on.
Good on you, man. I'm so happy for you. Wait, just not just because of your career, but just in general, just to see, that you're happy. Like even when I saw you last, even though you didn't know who I was, but yeah.
Were my eyes open, or was I talking to you like this?
You're talking to me like this.
I was like, say, the boys over there.
But yeah, like just because of that, like just to see, see that you're happy, and because we're boys, like see your Instagram and your Facebook and that, all the stuff that you share as well, and like especially with the family, 'cause family, we can relate. That makes me happy for you, and
no, thanks, also.
I always share with, because my old lady loves you boys, and I always share with her when I catch up with one of you at least, like Troy quite a bit, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told her about the last time that you were here and we met up, so she's asking how all of you were and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm happy for you. Music aside and career aside, I'm happy for you as a young dad, bro. That's pretty gangster, eh?
Yeah, no, because like even with you and your kids, like, bro, how are your kids anyway?
No, they're good. They're good, man.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny that you brought up the biological part, because our kids, my partner and I, our kids, the same situation. Like my two and her two, so we've got two each that we they aren't our biological children, but the love's not different, eh?
It's hard. You love them just as much.
Yeah, man. You love them just as much. It's not different.
Like I know a lot of people, like when certain people in that situation, a lot of people think like, oh, that's not even a kid anyway, all that kind of stuff. Like people try and bring you down, like for no reason.
Yeah.
Like no reason kind of thing. Like there's a lot of hate out there in the world, right? But like why? Like why would you even take your time out of your day to like talk shit about somebody that you don't even know, or you don't even know their situation and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off the most. Like, that's why, like with like how I said, I keep my circle small. There's only a certain people that I let in, talk about like these kind of things, like with baby and stuff. And like you boys, like the boys I remember from home, my main like would be like my quartet boys, like because we were all like together almost every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'd always tell my partner, like, because she always says like, "Oh, do you catch up much with like people from school?" And I'm like, "Nah, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I only catch up with mainly probably the quartet boys every like now and then when I'm back at home." But that just goes to show that that's probably one of the biggest impacts I've had, like you guys have had on like in my life, especially like doing music together, and not only music but all the personal stuff as well, like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like just being there for each other, and like still being able to talk to each other like normally, like we've seen, like we still haven't, like, even though we haven't seen each other for years, like still feels like we can just talk on the same level we did back in school.
Yeah, that's weird. Kind of thing. Do you think that's? I think that's really weird because like we see that the exact same way, and like even when I went to see Licky 2 days ago, and like it's the same. Like that's the first time I've caught up with him since we left school, and this is almost 10 years, but it's just the same, bro. And you're exactly right. Like to the small circle, I think that's probably a common thing, you know, because most of the things that happen to adults, it's common as well, and keep your circle small and that kind of stuff. So yeah man, that's interesting how that all works out. So I don't hang out with people from my form either. It's like doesn't
that's like like probably the biggest one for me was like high school, like to be honest, like everyone knew I didn't hang out with my form. Like I hang out with the smokers, and like my younger brothers and the boys, like after school, lunch, like things stuff. Because I wasn't really into that kind of stuff, like playing touch and all that kind of shit. Like I was back when I was younger, but I'd never play touch at lunchtime. I'd go fucking behind the tech room and have a smoke with the boys. Like all that kind of stuff. And then I think it was just for me, it was just. There were only certain boys that I'd actually talk to, like, and I think it was just mainly the island boys, like you guys, and but it was hard. I think what made me feel like that was back in intermediate, and like when everyone used to go through the whole fucking bullying stage, like I hated that shit. I hated that, like. Honestly, God, like there were so many times I wanted to fucking punch somebody in the face, and like but when I think about it, like that's what you go through school.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, it's the worst. Like, and I honestly, God, I had a bad, like real bad, and everyone knew. Like, there was when I was I had this problem with my eyes, like I'd have like fucking sunburn all the time and all that kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
There was one nickname I remember, like. And they used to call me Dead Man, like the Undertaker and all that kind of shit.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was like, and then I'm like, yeah, I remember you. Like all that kind of shit. I remember you. Yeah, I know you. Yeah. And then like going through high school, like the thing is, I just didn't give a fuck anymore. Like like you'd always hear stories and shit, and then it's and then now, like and then I'm like, now that I'm doing this like whole music thing and shit, like then I get the messages. Messages come
like Sapus,
PVC for life, that kind of crap thing. Like, and I'm like, oh, Sapus, how you been? But like, I'll never switch up. Like, I wouldn't use something from the past, like that I didn't like, to just not like a person.
Yeah,
because I mean, people change over time. That's just how they were back in school.
Yeah.
And you don't know what people are actually going through in their own homes and stuff. And
that's good. That's good that you bring that up. It's not the first time school bullying's been, like, we've talked about school bullying, like, on this anyway. And it's funny that you bring that up, like, we don't know what other people are going through at home. Most times, like, some bullies as well, they have a fear of being bullied themselves, you know, like, or they're getting a hard time from someone else.
No, of course.
It's tough, bro. It's a tough like thing that we have, because like even my boys are old. They're both in college now. Our oldest two, and there have been times that they've come home and they'll tell us about like, these guys are being eggs to us, and
Yeah.
it's like, bro, it's such a hard thing to get rid of, eh? And I don't know if it's something that will ever get taken away.
I think that's just school culture, eh?
Yeah.
Like do you know what's a funny story was so my nephew, he plays ball, and a lot of people know that he played over in the States.
Yep.
So he played so he moved to Canada. Well, he played in Canada and the States, but what do you call it? So do you know how they portray bullies or like they portray the American school culture on like movies and stuff, like with the bullying?
Yeah.
He said that's actually what it's like.
Really?
He said that's what it's like over there. Like you have the cool kids and they bully the little people and all that kind of shit. And I was like, bro. And because he was the only islander that went to the school that he went to, and like for him to actually see that firsthand, like that it was real. I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
Like, why are they encouraging it in like movies and stuff, like especially like kids movies and stuff? Like what if it's actually happening? Why are they actually let it happen? Actually letting it happen on the big screen, like but he was saying that's actually what it's like.
That's so stupid, man.
And I was like, oh, what the heck?
Because I remember if you used to put up videos of him, eh?
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
So he's back here at the moment. He had to come back due to COVID.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, COVID fucked up everything, eh? But hopefully he can get back by the end of this year or as soon as he can to play college ball over there. Eh?
Bro, that's me.
Because he's ripping up. He's ripping up big time here, but can only do so much back home. Eh? Like that's where it's at, like overseas, man.
Yeah, hard out.
With the whole bullying situation, geez, like I don't get it. Like, why does it happen? Eh? Like, but like, it's
so tricky.
It's hard to like. The thing I don't understand is why, when they say bullies, like when bullies bully people, they're going like how they're going through their own shit. Like, but why would you push down to someone else? Like if someone's bullying you, like what would make you feel better about doing that to somebody else? Like, like how do you get a kick out of it? Eh? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like this, because there's nothing cool about it, man.
No, there isn't actually.
Yeah, like just, but back in school, everyone should be like, oh, if they could make certain people laugh at this one person, then they're cool, like that kind of thing. But like, that's why, like my last few years of college, I was just like, fuck it, like, do you, and then once I finish school, let it ball.
Until you have to come back to perform.
Until I have to come back and perform.
Yeah,
and that's. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't really after school.
Fair enough.
I think that's like and moving to Auckland as well. Like I'm glad I did. I'm glad I moved to Auckland, and I've met a lot of new friends, but I always remember my boys from home, and I always stay close to them as well, like you guys, and but sometimes you just gotta branch out, just do your own thing.
Hard out. Sometimes the best thing to do for yourself when you find it hard is to change not even when you find it hard, but sometimes the best thing to do for yourself is change the environment that's around you. And it doesn't matter if you're going through a hard time, good time, like that's a good way of trying to get some change or
hard
or to grow.
Because you never know what when the next person comes in, you don't know what they're gonna bring into your life. Like
man.
They could either bring good or bad, but it's up to you to keep them or not.
Right, 100%. And like something I've learned is that, like, no matter how many people bully you in school, or how many people hate on you online and that kind of stuff, the only thing that we can control is how we take it in, how we respond, and
how you respond to it.
Yeah, bro. So solid to hear that you've got your setup in place where most things really don't matter.
Yeah, of course.
But that's cool, man.
Because like, what good is that gonna do? Like, hating someone, what is that gonna like do for me?
I can just it wastes your day. I reckon it makes me tired. That's like fuck.
Hard. Like worrying about something that doesn't even matter.
Oh,
but then what makes it worse is then like when you talk about it, then when people hear about it, like especially like with your partner, like if you have a partner, and then you vent to them about something that doesn't matter, and then they take it on board, and then they start thinking about it too. Like just cut it out, mate. Just stop,
man.
Then you'll be all good. So it's funny, like every time I come home and like going down to the center,
Yep.
And then you see certain people, then I'm just like, oh shucks, that guy still is here, or like that guy's still alive now, jigs.
Yeah.
That's like, but you run into certain people and like it's true, like you change when you grow up.
Yep.
Like everyone changes when they grow up. And you just see like, like I've never seen this side of this person before. Like especially for me, because I haven't been home. Like I've been away from home almost 10 years. Always going back and then seeing a certain person. They're like, oh, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh shucks, you're the guy, didn't I, jigs? But I wouldn't. I'd never switch up. Like, especially when I'm like with this whole music thing. Everyone's like, bro, when you become famous, don't forget us, like all that kind of crap. I honestly, like, why are you saying this for, man?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, it's not, like, a lot of people think it's drugs, sex, and money and that kind of shit in the music industry. But, like, you meet some good people. Like, you really meet some good people, man. I've met so many good musos, bro. Like, and they really mean, like, musos, bro. Like, they're gangster people.
Who's someone that you want, like, your dream, like, collab?
Bro, Fiji.
Nice.
I think everyone wants to collab with Fiji, bro. He's the king of Island reggae, man. Nah, he left last week.
Yeah.
Gee, I was like, so there was a gig last week. Wayne performed. Wayno, Swiss Tree, JM's. This was out south. And I went with Bonnie. We just went to support the fams. And then we went and Fiji came. But he had his bodyguards and everything. So then I was like, he was sitting right in front of me, and I was just sitting behind him. And I was just like this. I was like, this like me and my missus, because my missus, she drives us everywhere. Like she's our server driver. Yeah. Like after that accident, or like before when we first started gigging, she'd always drive us around to our gigs and stuff. And that night we were sitting behind Fiji.
Did you
he was like
talk to him?
Nah, like everyone like with Fiji, bro. Like there's certain with a person of that status, like you can't just go up and just be like, "What's up?"
Oh, I lost you.
Oh shit! Sorry. Can you hear me? Yeah. No, like with a person of that status, that's really, really, really like up there. You can't just go up and be like "Suppos" or like "Supper" or "Sapan," blah blah blah. Like, like, cause me, I'm still like trying like to come up with my music and stuff. Like, for me to try and go, and everyone would be like, "Oh, like people don't really know me." And he had his bodyguards there, like security guards and stuff. So like, it's crazy. Like, and I was just standing there like this. Like no, like where my mic is right now, I was probably like sitting just over there, and he was here, and I was just like, babe, he's sitting right there. And then Bonnie, Tree introduced Bonnie to him, and then Bonnie catch me, he's like, gee, I just met you, but he already met Fiji at One Love.
Oh, okay,
So man, Fiji would be probably a dream collab, man. Dream collab. Number one.
All right. Well, there you go. Speak it into existence. Hopefully, one day soon.
Yeah, hard. It's been like like the musicians I've met over time. Like I've grown close to. Yeah. With like everyone already knows. Like me and Bonnie are pretty close. Yeah. And it's only been a year, but we've grown like me and Anne's like relationship. Like really close. Like we see each other like almost every week. Right, just to do music or just to hang and stuff. And I've gotten close to his family, he's gotten close to my family. And because of him, I've grown close to a lot of other musicians. We've got like Junior Soketa. He's probably that guy's a gun, bro. Tree and Swiss. Yeah. In Swiss, those so cool, man. Most humble couples, like most humble music couples. And they I've like actually sat down and spoken to them, like, and they've actually like encouraged us. They've probably encouraged us quite a bit, me and Bonnie, to push our music out. And to hear that kind of stuff coming from them, it's like, bro, these people actually care. They actually care about us, like in the music. Because a lot of people in the music industry, they say they care about people, but they don't really. Yeah. They just want to be better than the other person, or
But yeah, it sounds
yeah,
like
man,
you
like-
guys have got a good
having a good support system like
Yeah,
that, man.
yeah.
It's mean, man.
How did you
Love
guys
it, eh?
meet?
Who?
You and Bonnie.
So when I first started my track Life with You, I put on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was random, but then he saw that because Victor commented on it.
Yeah.
And he saw like a lot of musicians were commenting on it and saying, blah, blah, blah. And then he messaged, he shared it on the story and then we just started talking.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So let's say he's from Wally as well.
Is he?
Yeah. He grew up in the hut. He went to Brennan's.
Oh, true. That's why no
He
one
went to
knows.
Brennan's. Yeah. And then yeah, it was buzzy. Like it made it even better that we're like two boys from Wally and now we have like we're pretty like we're doing all right in the music game, eh? But that guy's blowing up really fast. He's blowing up really fast.
Oh,
Like, even with so many musicians from Wellington, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wayne's probably like was he Wayne Brownhill?
Yeah.
Me, Bonnie, Jara, like Star, Beyondi's from Welly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of talent coming from Wellington, man. It's mean.
Hard out. Just let me know if you need ad libs.
Send the free Zoom.
Yeah. You want a preview? Yes. See? And then we would just chop that up. We'll just chop that up. I'll get Troy.
You can do the PVC.
But that's good on you, man. But what's coming next for you, bro? What's in the works?
In the works at the moment, just I've got a few gigs coming up.
Yep.
Just some small gigs.
Are they all local?
Yeah, so we've got. They're not really big gigs.
Yeah.
We've got a gig next month. I'm actually coming down next month. Not for a gig though, just to visit family. My brother's actually fighting. He's in a fight at the.
Which one?
I don't know what it's called. Matty.
Does he fight?
Yeah, out of that. What's his name? Lemmy.
Yeah.
Lemmy's gym. Yeah,
Yeah.
he fights with those guys.
Hey.
I think it's just those charity fights, eh?
Yeah.
I remember last time I came down when Essie had a fight. Essie had a fight with some dude. Yeah.
Man.
So I'm coming down next year for a fight. I'm gonna fight. No, yeah, but yeah, just small gigs here and there. But hopefully try to get some big gigs soon. Yeah.
Oh, me.
But yeah, just talking about new music and stuff at the moment. But
Yeah.
hopefully we get something else soon.
Bad. All right, man. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Beatles.
Where can people find you and your music?
Find me in space, like if you can see me now. I'm up here now. Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. You can find me on SoundCloud, just under Lahi, YouTube, Lahi Music, and Instagram, Lahi.music. I won't give him my Facebook because that's personal.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll just put it in the description.
My main platforms, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Instagram. Oh, and Spotify, Lahi, as well.
Mean. Nah, sweet, bro. Thanks heaps, for coming on. I'll probably ask you
Thanks for having me, Us.
Oh, mate, anytime. I'll probably have you back on in a couple of months, and then we can revisit
Definitely.
some of the things we spoke about, eh? But
You mean?